Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned with yet another JJK Fans and Parade video. I recorded another video, but as you can see, I am on a 2 a.m. tirade, and I just want to keep pumping videos out, I guess, or a 3 a.m. tirade. Now it's been an hour since I've been 2 hours since I've been awake, but that's besides the point. Here today, we are going to be talking about some more JJK, and we're going to be talking about 10 quality of life updates that I just want to see in the game. This video is actually going to be super quick. I was just thinking the other day, or earlier in the week, I was just like playing, and I was doing my daily grind, and I was just like, man, there are some things that are just like kind of tedious in the game that I just wish they would just go ahead and just fix, go ahead and amend, man. Because I'm just like, why are we still dealing with this? Like, and some of them are minor inconveniences, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Quality of life is quite literally just creature comforts. Quality of life updates are just things that make the game more of a comfortable playing experience, more of a convenient playing experience for the player base. So, even though some of these things seem like little nitpicky gripes, I mean, isn't that all that quality of life really is? Just them going through and looking at little nitpicky stuff, looking at stuff that people could nitpick in the game and be like, oh, this is kind of annoying, and just fixing it before anybody says anything. I'm just the person who's paying so much attention that I'm going to go ahead and say something. But honestly, chat, even though I am on a 2 to 3 a.m. tirade, this video should not take me too long because I already have a solid consolidated list of what I want to see in the game for quality of life updates. Also, just random tip chat. When you write down notes in your phone, or I'm sorry, when you type notes in your phone, none of that shit matters to you because it is all in your phone. It is all a little digital tablet. None of that shit holds relevance to you. It took no effort to put that stuff in. You could literally speak to your phone to make that shit happen. When you write notes down, you actually retain the information because your mind has to remember the strokes your hand made. Whoa, that sounded crazy. Don't be weird, chat. But yeah, I've just been writing little like scatterbrain notes all about, and dude, it's just been making my video recording, editing, working all around process just so much more seamless. If you guys like videos like these, you can go down below, leave a like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and get notified every single time the Deadman decides to glide. You can also comment down below and let me know what you want to know, but we're going to go ahead and just get right into our quality of life updates. Quality of life update 1. I kind of wish that we had a way to, let's see, down here, let's go to a character who is like level 3. Cool. I wish we had a way, right, to grade a character all the way up, but like not even to just like 15. We gotta have an option up here that literally just says max grade. It's kind of redundant in my opinion to make us like, it's like you give us the option to click through these in one full swoop all the way basically anyway. So it's like, how much more is it going, like, bro, if I want to press this and go all the way up to grade 15 right now, I can absolutely positively do that. How much harder is it to make it so that I can just shoot all the way up and clear out grade 15 as well? That's one thing that I've always found a little bit annoying, that whenever a new grade drops, I can't just press a button to just max out the entire grade. I mean, obviously the unlock all button, but I had to get up to the grade first. There's nothing that I can do to click into the grade and get it absolutely maxed out from the start being outside of that grade. What do I mean by that? I can't go from grade 1 to grade 15 in one click and it be fully cleared out. After my one click, I have to do another click and another click. I know, very minor, very stupid, but it's like, yo, if you're going to put us to a point where I can go all the way up to unlocking grade 15 and just have it open, just go ahead and go to a point where I can just click grade 15 and just put it all the way there. Like, you're gonna find that a lot of my quality of life updates are actually just little tiny one-off things that you probably didn't even consider, but when you actually think about it and when I actually talk about it now, you're kind of like, okay, that is kind of annoying. Like, nothing is a very big major thing. Nothing is like glaring, like, oh, you need to fix this because it's breaking the game. Like, no, like I said, just creature comforts, just really minor things. But we're gonna go ahead and jump to point number 2 that I had. We need to add in bulk skill level. Like, we need to add in a button that says bulk skill level up. And when I click on it, pretty much there's a plus and a minus arrow beside each one of the skills so that I can literally just upgrade all of my skills at one time instead of upgrading the skills all at separate times. Like, this is annoying. This is annoying. Okay, waiting for the animation screen to show up, be like, you upgraded your skill. Okay, thanks. It's like, I don't hate the animation screen showing that I upgraded a skill, giving me confirmation. That's good. You're letting me know that what I did in the game is working how it's supposed to work. But at the same time, when you force me to look at the skill upgrade, let me make sure I'm not capping. Let me upgrade it. Not on Inumaki though. Not on the character I'll never use though. Maybe I'll use Miwa in the future. Let's give her a skill upgrade. Okay, cool. I upgrade her skill once. Boom. I'm forced to sit through this skill level up screen. Cool. I can't front of you. since I have to sit through that skill level up screen, I would prefer if I could just level up all the skills at once, and then right after, you just give me a screen of all my skill changes. Like, okay, this skill is from here to here, scroll down. This skill's from here to here, scroll down. This skill's from here to here, this skill's from here to here. Very simple, very easy to implement. All they would have to really add in that's new is an extra little UI menu showing everything. Honestly, not even new. They would just stack all of the stuff. Like literally this screen, they would quite literally just stack that on top of itself 3-4 times, whatever. But yeah, since I have to stop and look at the skill level up screen between every skill level up, I like to be able to do it on all of my skills at the same time. I'm very much an efficiency guy, and I feel like little stuff like that is like, yo, I know it's only a few seconds that I'm saving, but over the course of playing this game for years, few seconds turns into minutes, turns into hours of wasted time. Yes, that is how that works. Hours of wasted time turn into days of wasted time. If you play a gacha game for 5 years plus, you have probably wasted a day of your life and extra little random fucking clicks that you could have avoided because the development team could have just made it simpler. That's all I'm gonna say. Quality of life update number 3. We need to see all the characters just added to this portion of the game, or not. I didn't mean to do that. Right here, the section of the game that actually gives people rewards for working on characters. We need to see all characters added to this, not over time. We literally just need to see all the characters added to this right now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Put this into perspective. What did I just say? Over the years, the seconds you waste turn into days wasted. Okay. A development team is literally making it harder on themselves right now to add something into a game specifically to cuck us out of cubes. Let me break that down. When we get these character, work on these character missions in the game, first of all, they're not even giving you the stuff for free. These cubes right here, practically free. Because when you summon a character, they're at least at like 250 in this day and age. Yeah, right. But you can see past that. You have to get to 9,000 CP with a character to get 300 cubes. And I'll be honest with you, that is easy for me to do, but sometimes I literally can grade a character to level 15, or grade a character to 15, level them up to max, and then afterwards, they're still like 7,000 something, 8,000 something. I'm like, what the fuck? That is crazy. Then I gotta start leveling skills and shit, right? Or doing the hidden potential. But it is actually not as easy to hit 9,000 as you think, especially for free-to-play players. So the fact that it's not easy for free-to-play players to hit 9,000, which means that when free-to-play players get this, they're probably getting like one multi worth of cubes in here, because like it's just been long enough in the game for us to work on that many characters and get that many characters to 9,000, even as free-to-play players, right? They're probably getting like a multi off of this. If they add every single character into the game to this list right now, free-to-play players are probably getting a multi off of this. If even, bro. If even. Because you don't even need all of your characters to be worked. Even the characters you use, you don't need them to be at 9,000 CP, right? Characters you use a lot, Inamaki, Nanami, Yaga, the SRs, right? They could not be at 9,000. A lot of people don't work on those characters all the way and give them all the stats they need. They just level up their skills, right? So this isn't even guaranteed to give everybody 300 cubes each, or I'm sorry, 380 cubes each. But isn't it crazy that instead of just doing a overhaul update to drop this and just go ahead and get this hands clean, we're done with it, we can work on other stuff, we can put all of our stuff on it, they're going to decide to waste seconds every time they are working on something new to just give us rewards for characters that we have already had for fucking months, right? And every little bit of time that they're wasting to do that each time, they could have literally just one time, because think about it, if they're doing this, they know how to do it. If they know how to do it, they quite literally just need to replicate it on a mass scale and just change the characters that are being added with these things. I believe that most of this is just a matter of coding differently, right? So if the coding differently, and I could be wrong, game developers, please get on my head, please straighten me out if I'm wrong. If doing this is just adding new lines of code into the game and just changing the character's name that's there, bro, y'all don't even have 100 characters in the game. Y'all can most certainly just do an update that just adds all the characters to the game to this. Bro, and I can't front of you, since you like to make us work for stuff, we would still have to click through each individual character and actually press claim on all of them, to be honest. But it's just like, yo, it's really crazy to me that to make sure that people are spending money in the game, to make sure that people are absolutely desperate for these characters, they are doing something so scummy as every time a new character comes out, they're adding them to that little section of the game I'm showing you. And then when we have rerun banners like this that have like, you know, Megami and Nobara on it, they're adding these characters to the to that section of the game too, when in all reality, all y'all really need to do is just do an overhaul update and just add those characters into the game so that you guys can just add every new character into that from here on out and not have to worry about any extra backtracking bullshit. When you start to add backtracking bullshit, that's when we can obviously see you're trying to be scummy, because it's just like, yo, the obvious thing that would be the best for this company would to be to speed the process, not even speed the process up, but like, because we're already moving really fast. The best thing for this game would honestly just to be to get the games as uniform as possible amongst each other, so that they can just push updates at the same time and stop causing so much extra shit. But they just like to hold back so much extra stuff, man, and they just like to beat around the bush with stuff that we already know they're gonna do. So it's just like, man, tighten up, get it together. Quality of life update number 4. Search bar. Can we just get a search bar in here? It's not that big of a deal right now, but I've played a million different gacha games over the years, and I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes I actually can get a little lost looking at these characters, trying to find a character. Like, I have, like, because you gotta think, obviously, if you want to distinct your characters, if you want to distinct one of the gojos from the rest of the gojos, literally just favorite them. All right, cool. But what do I do when every gojo's favorited, right? Obviously, they all have different backgrounds, they look different, but I mean, like, as more and more characters come into the game, more and more characters, it's literally just gonna be seeing the same character, like, over and over and over again. And, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, chat, my arm getting kind of weak right now. I don't know why, but my microphone's kind of shaking there. Anyway, but yes, as more characters get added to the game, it's gonna be harder to actually find the specific characters you're looking for. So a search bar would be really cool, because I don't think there's any mechanic in here where you can filter it down to a specific character. You can filter it down to a lot of different things, but you cannot filter it down to a specific character. The only thing that you could do for your specific characters are favoriting them, and then at the point that you favorite them, it is just the same problem all over again, but just in your favorites, right? It's like, okay, cool, now I just need to search amongst my favorites versus searching amongst my non-favorites, right? So it's just like, yeah, a search bar would be a really cool mechanic. You could add one on the recollection bits too, but like, I don't think people really notice the names of recollection bits. I think people know the recollection bits by the pictures on them, to be honest. Because most of the time when I'm in Slugs chat, shout out to homie, whenever I'm in Slugs chat and people are referring to recollection bits, they're usually saying, what about that recollection bit with this picture? And then I'm just like, oh, you mean this one? I'm usually the guy dropping the names on it. Some people know the names. I'm not saying everybody doesn't know, but like, for the most part, people don't know. Quality of life update number 5. I'm not gonna lie. As they add more content into the game, that's gonna be harder content, more interesting content. This type of content is just going to become like, it already is just a regular thing, right? Even though these content cycle out, this is regular. Like this is pretty much like this game's variant of like Dokkan events. Not in the sense that you use it to evolve characters, in the sense that it's like, this is the game mode that they most consistently, most regularly release, right? And in Dokkan events are the game mode that they most consistently, regularly release, because story mode releases and then takes a little break, releases, take a little break, and now it's at that point where it takes like years for breaks and then just releases some stuff, right? But then you look at, like, you know, all these challenge events do not get consistently updated. Like Dokkan events, there is at least one new one every single month. They constantly update Dokkan events. So this is this game's variant of Dokkan events. Map events and story events. Memory events are still even like really irregular. I wouldn't even consider those like on the level of Dokkan events. But since these are regular events in the game, when they add other events to the game that are going to be a lot harder, I would love to see that you can skip ticket these two. If I could just skip ticket my freaking map event missions, because you can skip ticket the story missions, right? You can skip ticket story missions for, actually, there's a story event out right now. Literally have a story event out right now, and quite literally in the story event, you can auto battle all of these stages right here, which gives you the little stamina you need to go against a formidable battle, but you don't have the capability to auto battle or to skip ticket this, right? I would have to actually do successive auto battle, and I'm gonna be honest with you, these game modes are so brain dead at this point. These should just be skip ticket game modes, bro. But I know they're gonna wait to add other game modes that are more impactful, that are more, because not only do they have to add harder game modes, because SP battles are definitely harder than these, right? But SP battles are still kind of like constantly cycling, constantly regular. We do at least get 2 of those every month, right? So those are regular things too. We need need another new form of content that is constantly cycling, probably at a more consistent level than SP battles, or SP battles that just come back more consistently. Like maybe we have SP battles all the time now, but they just change out every week to a different enemy. That's what we need to see, something like that, that is just more regularly occurring in the game, so that we can start to make these events right here more skippable, right? Because right now these are not skippable because we don't have more intense content in the game that really requires us to play. I mean, we have Curse Sweep Battle, but I mean, like, once you do your runs for the week, you're done. We need something that is always out, that is always giving something, that can always be, or not always giving something, because like look at Heroes Arena, for example. Heroes Arena in Grand Cross is technically always giving something because you can always use your coins as long as it's out to buy stuff from the shop, but like quite literally you only play it 4 times once a week out of the entire month that it's there, right? So it's just like something like that, something that maybe I'm not playing it all month long, but something that I can interact in some shape or way, something I can interact with in some way, shape, or form all month long, so I can feel like I'm getting my gameplay experience and that I want to have. Next update I would love to see for this game, which honestly this game just needs it, because they already announced that they're releasing the Hidden Potential second layer. I think realistically the reason why we are limited to a number of runs in the week is because right now they are trying to get, I think they are really trying to get, one, a much higher number of SP buffed units in the game so that it's more of a common thing, so they can release them a lot faster. And two, they also are adding the second layer of SP Hidden Potential, so I really think that after they add the second layer, they will have a better idea of what the real fully realized idea for SP buffs was supposed to be, and then we could see something like this being runnable just all week long, where you could just farm your characters up if you wanted to, right? Because SP is not even like I can't, SP feels like it should just be such a basic thing for our characters. Like the SP kits don't even make the characters feel cracked, it just makes the characters feel like how they should have felt when they came into the game. So that's why I feel like SP buff being limited is just stupid, because characters don't have defense in this game, characters have really bad passives in this game sometimes, characters have shit, just kits that just don't make sense sometimes. SP buff is literally not even improving characters, it is quite literally just giving characters a place who just didn't have a place at all in the first place. Saki had no place in my mind, bro, and now she does. Kamo had no place in my mind, and now he does, right? It's giving characters a place that did not have a place before. It is giving characters relevance who did not have that shit before. It is giving free-to-play players a bigger roster. And since this right here inherently does not seem free-to-play, because the sweater you are, the stronger you are, and the better you can do it, this is inherently free to play, because now you have a system, yet another system of increasing the characters that you already have, so that when you do not get those brand new characters, you're like, oh, okay, cool. At least I have this character that's older, SP buffed. I can still make this work. Cool. So since this is a free to play, not a free to play thing, I mean, everything in the game that allows you to grind and make a character stronger, I guess by all technicality, is a free to play beneficial thing. But I mean, pay to win players can benefit from it as well. And honestly, I guess we can stay on the same screen here, because there's not really a screen I can go to like show this, but we need some form of like auto battle AI. In Black Clover Mobile, there was a system where you could literally choose the actions of the computers, and it was actually a pretty well thought out system for choosing how the auto battles went in the game, right? We need a system like that in this game, because they updated the game so that the AI are a little bit smarter, and the AI can do things like, okay, instead of attacking, I buff, right? But whenever I put 2 buffers on a team, say for instance Yaga and then another buffer, the other buffer always takes priority and buffs for some reason, and then Yaga will always do an attack, and I really hate that. I would love if both of them just did buffs, so that my entire team was just hitting harder, because usually I'm running those 2 with DE Gojo. So really what I'm looking for is buff AoE to kill everything instantly, but I never get that. I get 1 buff, I get single target, I get AoE that could have been stronger and could have killed everything depending on the stage that I'm in. So I would love to see it if we could just like set the AI up to make the characters do the actions we wanted them to do. Next thing I would really love to see is if they added like a weekly and a monthly like mission section. It would just give us more stuff to work towards. Like the more what I learned is that like the more direct day-to-day objectives, they're good. They give you a clear direction, but at the same time, like this right here says challenge any domain investigation one time. But then when I have a weekly mission that says challenge domain investigation, you know, 5-6 times for the week, that interpretation is a little bit looser. Now I'm like, okay, I can miss a day if I really wanted to, blah 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 blah. Which that's not important. That doesn't make a mission more interesting, but you can already see that it gives more freedom, more wiggle room to you to decide how you want to do it, right? And what people like is freedom. What people like is options. And with weekly and monthly missions, it's a simulation of options because it feels like, oh, I can choose to do this. I can choose to work on this and work on this. When in all reality, you would have worked on it anyway. They're just putting rewards in your face to make you think that working on it is more beneficial now. But yo, Billy Zoomzap, I'm not even talking from the perspective of players now. I'm just like talking from the perspective of a company. The more stuff you give us to do, the more we play the game, the more playtime the game has, the better the game's stats look. Pretty respectable logistics system right there. Yes, so daily, weekly, and monthly missions would be really cool. Black Clover Mobile had a system like that. And Black Clover Mobile, I feel like, kept me playing every fucking day. Because not only was I doing my daily missions, but then I was like, yo, I also need to check on my weeklies and dang, what can I do for my weeklies today? Okay, what can I do for my monthlies today, right? And the weeklies and monthlies were set up kind of like in a way where they were literally your weeklies, your dailies led into your weeklies led into your monthlies. It was a perfect seamless system. It just made so much sense. We have like achievements here, right? And I guess these take a long time to do over time. So these are like these aren't even monthly missions at that point though. At that point, these are just lifetime missions. And then the time limited stuff just cycles out whenever we have like a campaign or something going on. So I mean, this is just over here to be over here. But yes, also, since we're in the mission screen, another thing that I want to say, when you log into the game on daily reset, you can have a bunch of missions up here that are not accepted yet. If you press claim all, accept all of them. If you have event missions that are not accepted yet, if you press claim all right here, it does not accept them. You have to actually click into the event mission, accept the mission, come back to the home screen, go to the other event, accept the mission, come back to the home screen. Fix that shit. Why can I not just claim all missions? I'm sorry to yell, chat, but that one actually makes me mad, bro. Why does it not claim all missions like it says? If this shit, what's the point of this shit showing up on this screen if it can't even claim these missions, bro? Tell me, Billy. This one actually pisses me off because this one's like a hard bait. You think it's like it just makes so much logistics sense to press claim all and for everything on the screen that's showing to be claimed, right? That's what claim all means, right? Is that how English works? Hold on, chat. Okay, chat. I just want to be clear that I'm not fucking crazy. The word claim means demand or request something considered one's due. Okay, cool. Right there's the definition we're looking at. A demand or request for something considered one's due, meaning getting something that you have earned, getting something that you deserve. When you do the task for a mission, you have earned the reward. What is the definition of the word all? Used to refer to the whole quantity or extent of a particular group or thing. And I know I'm being such an asshat right now, pulling up actual definitions of words. But quite literally, the phrase claim all means to gather all of the things and acquire all of the things that I have earned that are grouped in a specific area. All of this shit is grouped on this fucking screen. Claim all should work for everything on this screen. You are baiting by putting this right here. This is fucking stupid. Billy, come on. Next thing, I have been screaming this shit from the top of the rafters for ages, for eons, for years. And honestly, since they added in the Celestial Pass, and now you can pay for an extra 200 stamina, just like outside of major celebrations, and basically have 400 stamina every day, guaranteed, or not guaranteed, but like an extra 200 stamina on top of the 200 stamina that you could leave saving, right? That would be 400 stamina at a full AP bar, right? Since they added that, I'm not even going to say that we need 300 stamina max anymore. We need 400 stamina max. I'll be real, bro. They stopped giving us stamina at like level 20 what, bro? Like 20, let me see. Does it show you the experience? Not experience. Does this show you the AP bonuses you get at the higher levels? Because this stops at like level 20, 21, 25 or something, bro. But I'm just like, yo, why are you giving us extra, or why are you stopping giving us extra stamina after level like 25 when there's 130 levels to like get over in the game, bro. Like, you should still be giving us stamina every fucking level that we level up. That shit makes no sense. I do not understand. They want this to be a side game. They want this to be a side game. They want this shit to, like, I can't say they want it to fail because they are taking care of it, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, dude, make it so that free-to-play players can do this shit too, man. Like, make it so that nobody has to pay money to play the game as much as they want to play it. Make it 300, bro. Make it 400. What are you doing? 200? What are you doing stopping the stamina growth after level 20 when I'm level 80 freaking 9? What are my levels? Like, I get it. I'm getting extra buffs on characters from leveling up, and I'm getting this boosted, but like, yo, this shit infinitesimal, bro. I farm this stuff directly to make sure that I have hella of it. The extra little percent drops I'm getting on this, bro, that shit don't mean nothing to me. Why am I not getting stamina anymore? That's stupid. You are not giving me anything else to justify me not getting a higher stamina cap. Nothing, literally nothing. Character stats are cool, but I'm also getting that from the character growth system. And I'm getting a lot more of that probably from the character growth system. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, or not the character growth system. I'm getting a lot more stats from the individual characters, just like characters ranks individually instead of from that. So I'm just like, bro, even that's not enough to justify not giving me more stamina. Like, it literally don't make sense. Make it make sense, or actually don't make it make sense. Don't make this make sense. This will never make sense. Just give us more stamina. Don't be fucking stupid. Some of these points are actually starting to get me really heated because I'm like, yo, how are y'all being this dumb right now, bro? I'll be honest with you, I have 2 more points left on my list, but I'm just going to go ahead and talk about both of them at the same time because this list is supposed to be 10 different points at which we could get better quality of life updates. And one of these points really wasn't even that much of a pain point. Like, I really don't care that much about this. I don't know that many people care that much about this. I put it down just as like a filler thing on the list, and then right after I put that down as a filler thing on the list, like nothing else on this list was a filler thing. These are things that I legitimately want to see. This thing right here was like a filler thing, and then right after I put it down, I thought of like the last thing that wasn't a filler thing. But a filler thing that I thought of, I was like, more friend uses in the day could be cool, just because the more friend uses you get, the more of these points that you could stack in a day. Like, say instead of having 3 friend uses, we had 5 friend uses, and I could stack 50 of these points in a day instead of 30 of these points in a day. Then all of a sudden, if nobody used my friend unit at all, at least every 2 days I'm guaranteed to be able to pick up one of these versus having to wait 4 days with the 30 points, because I had to wait 3 days for 90 points and then wait for that last day to get the extra 10 points that I need. But then that leaves me with an excess of 20 points. So then the next time it would take 3 days, which would leave me with an excess of, I think, only 10 points. So it's always going to take you like 3 days, 4 days or some shit like that. If it was 50 points every day, then it would take you 2 days, which again, like I said, not a very big pain point for me. This was more of a filler option. My last actual thing that I want to see as a quality of life update, just coming back to this section right here, I think it would be really cool if like they had something where like, okay, I'm trying to focus on this character for the week. Say as a free-to-play player. Now, I have a lot of mats. I can pretty much just max a character if I feel like. The only thing that I don't have enough of right now at the moment to max a character out is experience, because experience takes like 20 million to get a character from level 1 to level 140. But other than that, I pretty much in my JP, because we just got high Joe. We're in a celebration right now. I'm working on characters right now. So my shards and my JP and my all that's not good right now. But on any given day that a major celebration is not going on, I have the capability to instantly max out like 2 units all together at the same time if I wanted to. So everybody does not have that capability. Everybody does not grind like that. And there is such a thing as the casual player, an odd creature. But quite literally, if I had like a little tracker thing where I could just be like, all right, cool, track this character, click this. All right, now every single time I'm doing something in the game, every single time I'm chilling in the game, all right, I know I'm working on this one character for the week, trying to get them maxed out, or not even for the week, for the next few days, trying to get them to 9,000 CP. And you know, as long as I have my little milestone tracker right here, they're showing me their CP. Like, bro, it could literally say like 0 out of 9,000 CP, right? Or something out of 9,000. It can't be 0 if you own the character. But right, they could put a little tracker on the screen so that I don't have to dig all the way back. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, that's a lot of clicks. That's going to this, then going to the enhanced character screen, then coming down here and looking at all this, and that's on top of making sure people don't accidentally click this by mistake and look here and have to exit out of this screen and come back to this screen like I do every damn time. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, Bygone's going crazy up here. Oh, that's his SP rating with Shoko. I was about to say, damn, like what is the list for? Just for having Shoko? Cool. But Yeah, no, it'd be really cool if they just put a character tracker right here so that we can keep an eye on our characters that we're working on, that we want to work on, and just keep an eye on their CP, because then we can just click on, and then we can click on that, right? And it just give us all the rewards instead of us having to go back into the entire thing. Or it can take us back into the entire thing so we can claim the rewards, because then right after we will have to go back and select a new character to track. But that's it for my quality of life, man. And again, these are little nitpicky things that I've just been noticing, because I feel like for a little bit there, the last time I took a break from YouTube, I was playing so many gacha games, man. I was literally like popping them up on my screen at the same time, just playing all of them. And it was like, when you're dedicating your time to a bunch of different things at one time, how much impact is one thing gonna have on you? So it was just like nothing really meant anything to me in any of the gacha games. And now that I literally play one gacha game, and then whenever I'm done with it, I close it and open the next one and fully just give that one my attention, I've been enjoying my gacha game so much more again. And the last time that I took a break, that's what I gained. I gained that appreciation for my games again. I started playing my games slowly over time, and then yeah, like literally I just started to get back into it for real. And since I gotten back into this, I just noticed that these issues were glaring to me a lot harder than I had originally had perceived them. So this is really just like me, like, yo, this is my findings from me really fine-tuned paying attention to my gameplay experience. And I promise, if they changed these 10 things like tomorrow, the game would literally feel 100 times better. All of these things, if they changed tomorrow and they implemented all of these things into the game, bro, I can't front of you, people would be singing praises for me, because this shit would make the game so freaking cracked, and I know that shit. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you can go down below, you can hit the like, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell, you can get notified every single time the dead man decides to glide. I feel like I haven't smiled too much all video. That's crazy. I feel excellent. And then also you guys can comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. Go down below and let me know what other quality of life updates you guys want to see. I tried my hardest not to harp on anything that was too specifically a character improvement type of thing, because that would be a different type of update. But peace out, guys. The dead man does love ya.